Hi, welcome back. On this section here, we are going to be learning about, well, not learning, but reinforcing what we learned about cookies, sessions, and get super globals, all right? We already did the form. So if you did not learn enough about the form, go back and watch it. But on this one, we're just going to do cookie sessions and the get super global, all right? So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and do that. So we are in section 9 here under practical app folder 9.php, not 9.php. All right, that is the file. So here it's just asking us to create a link saying click here and set the link href to pass on parameters and use the get super global to see it. So we know how to do that. We know how to put a link there, put some parameters and pull the data out of there, right? We know how to set a cookie that expires in a week. We know how to do that. And we also know how to do sessions. So go ahead and pause this video. Go ahead and do that. And if you have any problems, go watch that other video about cookies or get or whatever you're using here, or sessions. And make sure that you do it before you come here, because we're going to compare our code and make sure. Don't do the same thing I did on the other video. Just do something similar. All right. So pause the video and go ahead and do it. All right. So hopefully you were able to do it. And if not, don't worry. I got your back right here. So let's go ahead and open our PHP tag. And what I'm going to do is, the first thing is create a link. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to leave this here like this. I'm going to create a little link right here. This link is just going to say, it's just going to refer to the same page we're on because I want to display the values here. I'm going to pass some parameters right here. I'm going to call this ID 100. Actually, I'm going to call this source. I'm just going to make this source um, 3000. Some number there, right? All right, perfect. So I think I'm good here, right, with the link. So now what we need to do is we need to check for this, because if we don't check, we get an error. We need to check to see if this is set. So we're gonna use this function is set, and we're gonna check for that super global get. Remember that, and remember that this is the key in the associative array that this is gonna bring back. So I'm just going to check for that key there, source. If the source is good, then I want to echo that source. I'm going to echo this whole thing right here. Boom. All right, so I think we're good here. Let's check it out. Just refresh. Refresh again. All right, let's save it. Make sure that we save and refresh. All right, we're not getting an input here for some reason. Oh, all right, we forgot to say, put the words here. Click here. All right. Forgot that little detail, right? Can we get it right? Can we get it right? There we go. Refresh, and now we're good. So we see that when we click on it, we get this value right here. So we're pulling information from the get. We're sending it, and we're pulling it right here. Perfect. All right, so we did the first part here. Let's go ahead and do the second part. Let's just first concatenate this and make sure that we have a space. Concatenate a BR tag here. There we go. That way we have, when we put the other function, we have some space. So now we need to set a cookie. So you remember how to do that, right? All right. So one of the first things that I'm going to do, I'm going to delete my history of, and I'm doing this. I'm sorry, guys, and I'm doing this in the other monitor because I don't want to take anything out of here on this side. All right, so I deleted my cookies, and I will delete my, not my browsing data, but we'll delete all my my browsing data and my cookies. That's what I'm deleting in the other one. And if you don't remember that, as a matter of fact, I should bring the page here to this side and show you how to do that. Let me just show you right here. So you go to settings. This is Chrome, by the way. I don't like to move my things from here, but that's fine. Settings, and we go to show advanced settings, content settings, and this is how we delete the cookies right here. All cookies, and we just delete them here. All right, and the browsing, of course, we delete it by history, and then we delete it right here. Clear. All right. So just a quick demonstration there. But now, so now we need to create a cookie. So how we do that? Let's take this out of here. Let's create a little cookie, cookie right here. And as a matter of fact, let's go all the way to the top of the document here and let's create one here. I don't think it's gonna affect us in any way, but it's just gonna give us some more space here. PHP. All right, so the first thing that we need about the cookie, we need to pass, remember, we need to use a function called set cookie, and we need to pass it a couple parameters, 3 parameters as a matter of fact. And we can pass it on any parameters we want. So we got 3 parameters, we got to pass it. All right, we need to pass it the name. So the name here, and here we need to pass it the value. So what are the values going to be? This is the value. I'm just gonna pass it this. Why not? Right? All right. So, and now the expiration. We're gonna pass it some numbers here. Multiply. And this I can make a variable real quick just to make it more clear than that's what it is. And actually expiration. Let's just make it more expiration. And I could have just made these variables too, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't need it to. So let's use a time function to get all the seconds from 1970 to now. Let's add that just like we did on the lecture, right? We're gonna add some numbers here to get the seconds for the week. So we're gonna multiply 60 seconds times 60 minutes times 24 hours in the day times 7. All right, this will give us all the seconds in 1 week. Multiply. All right, and then, well, not multiply, but we multiply this and we get all the seconds for the whole week. Let's put that here. All right, so now this will set a cookie for us when we visit this page. Once the cookie set, then we can look at it, right? So we got to just make sure that we have this correct, and let's go ahead and visit that page. Let's go ahead and take this out. All right, so let's go check it out. History, actually settings, show advanced settings, content settings, all cookies, localhost 1 cookie. We click on it, the name, that's the value that I put, the name that I gave the cookie, and when I click on it, you can see that this says this is the value. Separated by these plus symbols here means it's a space, right? So don't get that wrong. It tells you even the time when it was created. All right? Accessible? Yes, it is accessible to script. So that means applications can access this. All right, so now that we set the cookie, how we see the value? So let's go down here and let's see the value. Let's put a BR tag here just in case. And let's just check if, let's use the same function again. If set, actually let's do a PHP tag, and you probably saw that already. I thought I had a PHP tag there. All right, sorry guys if I'm taking too long with this. All right, so let's do cookie, because that's the super global there. Well, it's not really a super global like the rest, but it is close to it, right? And let's just check for the name. What is the name of this cookie? Right here. Perfect. Let's check for that. If that is set, then we do something here. All right, so what do? We are going to echo. Can we echo the cookie out? Let's echo it. Why not, right? Let's check it out. Can we echo this out? There we go. There we go. So we echo the value of the name of that cookie. Perfect. So we echoing that cookie out. And we can echo some more values out of it, but I don't want to get into that in this, since we got to go and start a session. All right, so how do we start a session? Do you remember that? No? All right, let me show you. Let's start a session right here. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is starting. So we first have to make a function. And do you remember the function? It's called, I'm going to give you one more chance. All right, you got it. You are totally right. Session start is a function, all right? Actually, session. There we go. All right, so once you put this in the head right here, it's going to start a session. And if we go back to it and we refresh on this document right here, we go back, we should already have a session started. One cookie for that. Advanced content settings of cookies. Two cookies. You see that? Click on it, and now we have the session. PHP session ID. Click on it. It tells you that it's done. This is the cookie that is set for that session for our servers. For our server. Because we don't have servers. Alright? So how do we see the value? Well, we do the same thing we did here. Alright? The same way we check for that. So we could say something like, if it's set, I should leave this as a homework for you so you can do this. Alright? So if it's set, then we can check it, right? So, but now we did that, but we turned it on. We turned on the file, the cookie, but we haven't actually set any value to that session. We need to set a value for that session. So let's go ahead and do that. I almost forgot. Right? Session. We never set anything for it. So what we need to do is set this value for it. So let's call this message and let's set it to, hi student, how are you? Alright, and we're gonna check for this. So I'm just gonna do it right here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna paste that here and I'm gonna use this in. Perfect. And let's just replace this with that. Alright, I think we're good to go. What do you think? Let's just take this out of there. Good to go. Good to go. Good to go. Good to go. Let's just, there we go. And as you can see, we are displaying it right here. Hi student, how are you? Alright, we can just always put a little concatenation of BR tags in there. And we refresh. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. Let's close it. There we go. Hi student, how are you? See that? The get method right here, the cookie right here, and the session right here. Perfect. So hopefully this section here helped you understand, reinforce some of that knowledge that you got from the last lectures. And I'm glad that I was able to help you out on that. So take care, and I see you in the next lecture.